Welcome to video 1 of map explanations. This video will be featuring the confusing as shit map, Piccadilly. Going to start you guys off with the starting spawns. First you got the Main Street spawn in the northeast, and you got what I'm calling it the west spawn. If you're too stupid to understand cardinal directions, here's a picture of a compass. But before we get too much into the map, let's do the map favorite! The winner for this year's map favorite is the upstairs of the Oral Chick. Kinda sounds weird, but I think I like it. If you come to the Oral Chick from the south side of the map and head directly to the back wall, you notice a green door. Unlike previous CODs, you can actually open doors in this game, so let's head in. Immediately upon reaching the top of the stairs, if you take a right, you'll notice a fine selection of men's clothing. If you take an immediate left, there'll be a large selection of fraternity boys' shoes, all guaranteed to get you pussy. If you actually want to play the game, look out the f***ing window. This is an excellent view of the center of the map where all the idiots running around will pass through, and you can finally raise your KD to a 0.7. You can also see the scaffold, and all the way to the right is the arcade. Now let's do a quick walkthrough of the map starting at the Main Street spawn. If you spawn here, go straight a little and then take a quick left through the arcade. It will bring you to a decent sniper view of the middle bus area and the arches area in the distance. The advertisement cover on your left will keep the enemy from being able to see you if they're coming from the courtyard area. If you head into the center of the map from here, you'll notice it is a chaotic mine. You will see buses, cars, fountains, buses, phone booths, waiting stations, a booth for Riley's Stupid Circus Arcade, and buses. I don't recommend hanging out in this area unless you can tell that your team has good area control, which is probably not the case. If you're still alive by now and made it to the center of the courtyard of the statue fountain thing, you can now see a lot of areas, but too many for comfort, so get the f*** out of there. The safest place in the center of the map is probably at the buses section, where you can get a good sniper-like view of the crater spawn, which is a popular spawn if your team has control of the north half of the map. A couple things you might not know about the center of the map is that you can get on top of things. Near the courtyard, there's a concrete barrier that you can climb on and get on top of these ticket sale booth huts. There are other huts you can climb on too, but fucking find them yourself. If you want to get real risky and get your KD even lower than it already is, have some fun on top of the shiny buses. In front of the west spawn, there's a Jeep-looking car that you can climb on and then climb onto the top of the buses. Once you get there, you have just enough time to admire the city before you die. If you're Rambo and still alive, you can make it all the way over towards the Main Street spawn and piss people off by spawn killing. Okay, back to where we were before we went out into the center of the map. Outside the arcade again, if we actually use our brain, we will head left and stay on the perimeter of the map. An underground entrance will be on your left, but it's just a fake door. Head between the two buses and you are now on the left side of the center courtyard. You can get a pretty good view of the west spawn from here, but beware, the top of the Oral Chick, our map favorite, will be right above you. If the enemy is spawning on the south at the crater, you will want to head into the north entrance of the Oral Chick and use any of the doors on the right to get a peek at their spawn. I will now show you the crater spawn, which seems to be a highly used spawn point when one team has taken over most of the north side of the map. Here's the crater for those of you who are stupid. The crater spawn can be spotted easily by looking in the air for the UK flags banner. This is the crater spawn's treat. Let's head back to the Main Street spawn and now go up the other side of the map. From the Main Street spawn, if you head straight, you'll end up in the center of the map with the buses and courtyards. If you go slightly right, you'll see the scaffold. If you need a quick view of the center of the map or the arches area, you will get it here. However, don't stay up here long because it's an easy call out for the enemy team and it does not provide cover that will protect you from their horrible aim. If you drop down from the scaffold, you'll be at the construction building, the cork and glass, and the Donna shop where divorced women entering their midlife crisis will go by stupid red hats and glance at the model smoking a cigarette, letting them know they will be A-okay. All three of these areas can also be accessed from the back of the Main Street spawn by heading into the garage area on the right. Here you will find comfort by actually having cover on your left, right, and top, letting you breathe and not have to worry about the 4,000 windows that enemies can camp in on other maps. Head through the garage halls to enter into the back of the cork and glass. Take a right and you are now in the Donna shop. Take a left and you're in the construction building. Here's a special tip or trick for you guys to learn but never be able to execute. If there's an enemy at the garage door and you're in the front of the cork and glass, you can shoot them through the wine shelves. If you have a good sense of direction, which most of you don't, you can shoot through the shelves of the door, killing the enemy like this. If you leave these three areas, you will now be on the northwest side of the map called the Arches. You can also see the entrance to the library and see some of the center buses from here. Head through the Arches and you will now be near the Festival Banner Street spawn. From here you can see the center buses or go through the library. The library, a good place to hold down if the enemy team is occupying the south side of the map. You have a great view of the Winstonian area, which is very close to a player spawn. If the enemy team is where we just came from, the library is a good way to flank around because it offers good cover. Also in the library, if you know you're going to be rushed, you can hop up on some funny places that will straight piss off the enemy players. Heading south from the library, you will be going towards the Winstonian. It can be a dangerous street to cross, so if you're a pussy, go back into the library, take a right, and you will find the underground entrance. This will get you across the street and give you a great line of sight to the crater spawn. You can also take a quick right and get into the Winstonian. If we end up taking the street from the library and not the underground, you will go through the front door of the Winstonian. Once in here, there will be a door to your immediate left, a door on the back left, and a door on the back right. If enemies are spawning in the crater spawn, expect some players to be coming through the two far doors. If you're trying to wipe their spawn, go through the far door on the right and kill them all. But more likely you will die, though. In that case, proceed back to the route I told you. Lastly, if you're coming from the crater spawn and there's enemies camping in the library, you can use the underground to get a good flank on the right or back side of the library. If you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. YouTube is oversaturated with content these days, so helping out videos you actually enjoy is a huge help to the creator. Also follow me on Twitch for some live streams at WolfheartFPS. Thanks.